So the mind operates on some fundamental principles. If we are aware of those principles, then we can become the master of our inner world. If we are not aware of those principles, then we run in an autopilot mode and something or someone will take the remote control of our mind, some situation or some person. So it is important that we should be aware of how mind is working, how brain is working. Ignorance of these principles will make us become a victim. So 9 principles today we are going to discuss to master our mind, and this is going to be our toolkit today. Actually, when we are able to control our breath, consciously when we try to slow down our breath, automatically our thoughts will slow down. This is the greatest insight India has given to the world. I can control my mind by controlling my breath. When you're feeling very much exhausted in thoughts, just sit back and breathe slowly. When we breathe slowly and deeply, what happens is 3 things happen. One is the thoughts slow down, the body gets relaxed, and the body is supplied with more amount of oxygen. When more amount of oxygen is supplied to the body, we feel more energetic all through the day. If we are exhausted by the end of the day, it means that our breathing pattern was not good during the day. It might be shallow, it might be fast. We actually think we are doing so much of work, and if we feel like relaxing, what we do? Immediately we take our mobile and look into it, right? We feel that it is relaxation. Is it really relaxing us? Okay, after watching Facebook, Instagram, Reels for 2 hours, you're exhausted or feeling energetic and relaxed. If it is relaxing you, you should become energetic, right? After the relaxation of 2 hours. Everybody agree that it is exhausting us after 2 hours of screen time. That means it is not relaxation.
Om Shanti. All right, thank you. Once again, Om Shanti, good evening, and a very warm welcome to the Sunday refreshing Sunday evening talk organized by Brahma Kumari Shanti Sarovar. How many of you are for the first time? I see few familiar faces, but quite a bit for the first time. Okay, again, in the interest for the new people as well as the old people. So just a very brief introduction of Brahma Kumari's organization. This organization is focused on spiritual movement through for the personal transformation and world renewal through Raja Yoga meditation. So this organization is established in 1937, having its headquarters in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, and it is spread across more than 130 plus countries. The place that you guys are seated here is Shanti Sarovar, which is one of the largest retreat center in southern India. And this is a very brief introduction, but then yes, there is a lot to learn about this organization. So you guys need to come very regularly for every Sunday talk that has been organized. So today's topic, how many of you had a chance to look through the template? Okay, few of them. Remaining, okay, it's a surprise for you guys. Okay, so I'll just give a very small brief about the topic. It's about from thought storms to clear skies. So it's the tag itself is giving a lot of meaning, right? So it's like your brain has lot of thoughts within fraction of seconds or within minutes also. It's kind of called as overthinking. So, and this overthinking is one of the most common challenge that is being faced in today's generation, let that be for small kids, youngsters, old age, anyone at all the age group, right? So, and what is happening because of this overthinking? we are losing the peace of mind for sure. Apart from that, the clarity is lost, the ability to make decisions is lost. So there are a lot of repercussions about this, right? So in today's topic, we are going to learn about why there is overthinking that is coming into the picture, and also what are the tools and techniques that we can implement to overcome these overthinking. Okay, for this. To conduct this particular talk, we have a special guest who has come in between us. Her name is Sister Hima Varsha. We'll welcome her with a round of applause. A very brief background about the sister. In her professional career, she has completed her graduation in computer science, and she also did a post graduation in self management and crisis management, and also MSc in counseling and spiritual health. She's also associated with this organization from her childhood. So she is right now known as a wellness facilitator, mentor, Raja Yoga meditator as well. She conducts various these talks in different places, in corporates and other educational institutes as well. She also did a guest faculty at VNIT and IIT Nagpur. She conducted the digital wellness workshop and on various other topics in the corporates like Coca-Cola, GMR, Aurobindo, etc. I don't want to take a lot of time from sister, so I'll hand it over to the sister so that we can learn about today's topic, the reasons and how to overcome the overthinking. Over to you, sister.
Thank you, Katyayani Ben. Om Shanti. Good evening. We'll start the session with few minutes of silence. During this period of silence, we'll just observe our mind, what is happening inside the mind, what type of thoughts I'm getting, and how many thoughts I'm getting. Okay? Sit comfortably, relax. Just keep your back straight, your foot on the ground, touching the ground. Don't put any stuff on your lap. Close your eyes. Just observe your mind. What is happening inside? Don't judge. Don't blame. Don't force anything. Just observe. Don't create stress. Gently observe your thoughts. And slowly come back here and gently open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Om Shanti. Came back, observed what is happening in the mind.
The moment you asked me to stay focused on the mind, so I was like started inspecting in and around my head.
Okay.
I did that.
Hmm.
As if I'm scratching, getting inside the head and something like that.
And other inputs from you? What was happening? If I get to know what was happening, I can share few inputs.
Because we just did the meditation, it was literally calm.
Yeah.
It's very calm. You could see the breathing.
Yes.
How to be calm.
Yes. Okay. And
Occasionally some thought is passing, but as though literally calm. At the moment you said that don't stress much, so I immediately came back of that spot and started focusing in the center of my forehead. Then I was like, okay, let me not focus over there. So
okay.
So like I was seeing some movie, so many pictures,
Yes.
sounds and everything are coming and I feel like I'm witnessing. It's nice. There's a flow to that.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever is most painful, the room is coming.
Okay. Any other inputs?
so many things are coming.
So many things are coming. Okay. Let me ask you one question. Tell me two things which we use all through our life, but we are not taught how to use them. Mind, breath, and thoughts. Thoughts or mind or one and the same. Those two things, we use them day in and day out, but we don't know how to use them. Imagination. Any other inputs?
Love and anger.
Love and anger. Those two, anybody? How to behave. Okay. Talking. These days we have courses on these also. Personality development, how to talk, how to behave, how should our body language be, everything. Breathing. We have many organizations which teach how to breathe also. Pranayama institutes and all. So what are those two things? We use them continuously. For everything in our life, we need those two things. That is automatic, right? Brain? Gut. Okay, coming closer. So already the answer came, one from one person and the other one from other person. So those two things are mind and brain. We use them continuously to do anything, everything, not anything, everything. We need to use those two things, right? Mind and brain. But we were never taught about how to use them, what is mind, how it works, what is brain. We know, of course, we know the physical structure of the brain, but we doesn't know how it is working with the thoughts. Yes? Everybody asks us to be a better thinker, but nobody teaches us how to think better. Actually, what is thinking better? Every one of us say, think positive. Yes? What is thinking positive? No one explains us. Everybody says not to do something, but instead of that, what can be done? This we don't know. We did not learn. So in today's session, we'll learn few things about mind and brain. So where does thoughts arise from? Mind. So what is brain then?
Brain will actually intellects whether the thoughts I should do it or not do it. Like I decide it.
Okay.
It's right or wrong.
Software, simple to understand. Mind is software, brain is hardware, right? So in today's session, we'll be discussing how to tame our overthinking mind. Is our mind overthinking? You might have observed before, just when we started with silence. In this environment, very peaceful, we sat in meditation for a few minutes before starting the session. Yet, when we were asked to sit silent and observe the thoughts, how our mind was running, we all might have observed. Yes? So today we'll discuss some practical tools, how to tame our overthinking mind. So what is overthinking? What is meant by overthinking?
Thinking over and over, in the sense that you're not arriving at a conclusion or something, but going on thinking,
Continuously thinking.
You're getting tired then.
Yes.
Not living in the present moment and planning too much ahead or thinking too much.
Yes.
Or relating to subject.
Yes. So we all know what overthinking is. Overthinking is nothing but thinking very fast and thinking more than required. Thinking very fast without gap and thinking more than required. That can be defined as overthinking in simple terms. So what happens when we are overthinking? Our mind is filled with fast, looping thoughts, and because of that, will drain our energy and steal our peace. That steals our peace. Yes? So, the path to mastery is, we don't need to fight our thoughts. Then what we should do? We need to understand them. Why it is coming, the thing, what is coming inside our mind, we need to understand why it is coming. And we need to understand the principle, how to change that, how to transform that. Right? Today's session will be discussing these things. So the mind operates on some fundamental principles. If we are aware of those principles, then we can become the master of our inner world. If we are not aware of those principles, then we run in an autopilot mode and something or someone will take the remote control of our mind, some situation or some person. So it is important that we should be aware of how mind is working, how brain is working. Ignorance of these principles will make us become a victim. So 9 principles today we are going to discuss to master our mind, and this is going to be our toolkit today. Okay, the first principle, law of mental velocity. The speed and number of thoughts are not separable. We cannot separate them. That means if we are thinking fast, there are more number of thoughts. If we are thinking fast, there are more number of thoughts. If we are thinking slow, there are less number of thoughts. The speed and the number of thoughts are not separable. Okay? So overthinking is fast thinking, and calm thoughts is equal to slow thoughts. When we are calm, we automatically generate very slow thoughts. When we are anxious, angry, hating someone, then we automatically generate very fast thoughts. And that is the reason why we say when we are in anger, I didn't even remember what I spoke. In such a fast speed they will be when we are thinking or when we are anxious, anger, or in a negative state of mind. So fast thoughts and slow thoughts. If the thoughts are fast, they are speed. If the thoughts are slow, the speed is also less. So the connection is as we discussed, negative, anxious, fearful thoughts are of high velocity, and calm, clear, positive thoughts are naturally slow. And that is the reason why we are said to take a decision, sit calm, think twice, and then take a decision. Don't take decisions when you are in hurry or worry. It is because of this. So, how to harness this principle? When we control the speed of our mind, how can we control the speed of our mind? By controlling the speed of our breath. Have you ever thought so fast while breathing slow? When you're breathing slow, are you thinking fast or slow? Slow, right? We can never think fast when we are breathing slow. That is impossible. It is against the nature of the law. So, we are taught pranayama techniques, right? What does pranayama mean? Yes, that is one of the pranayama techniques. So pranayama, when we separate it, prana and yama, yama means to control. Prana means the life force. When we control the life force, that is called pranayama. That means when we control the thought, breath, that is the life force, right? Breathe. When we control it, it is called pranayama. How many breaths do we generally take in a minute? 12? When we are anxious, angry, how many breaths? When we are peaceful, how many breaths? 30 a minute when we are calm. It differs from person to person depending upon the state of mind in a different situations. It differs. But actually, when we are able to control our breath, consciously when we try to slow down our breath, automatically our thoughts will slow down. This is the greatest insight India has given to the world. I can control my mind by controlling my breath. When you're feeling very much exhausted in thoughts, just sit back and breathe slowly. When we breathe slowly and deeply, what happens is 3 things happen. One is the thoughts slow down, the body gets relaxed, and the body is supplied with more amount of oxygen. When more amount of oxygen is supplied to the body, we feel more energetic all through the day. If we are exhausted by the end of the day, it means that our breathing pattern was not good during the day. It might be shallow, it might be fast. So how to do this deep, long breath? It is said that a tortoise, do you know how many years tortoise live? On an average, let's take 150. On an average. How many breaths it might be taking in a minute? 2. Only 2. Because when we breathe fast, the metabolic clock inside the body will also run fast. So we age fast. When we breathe slow, the metabolic rate also slows down and we age very slowly. So tortoise, it takes only 2 breaths per minute. So for us as humans, a very good target to achieve is taking 6 breaths per minute. 6 breaths per minute. How can we do that? Inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 3 seconds, and exhale for 3 seconds. 60 seconds, So we can have one breath for 10 seconds, right? So again, you can change the combination 3-3-4, 4-3-3, 3-4-3, anything in any way. But it should be 6 breaths per minute. And while we are inhaling, our stomach should expand. And while exhaling, it should contract. We should not breathe from the chest. Like small babies, how they breathe. Their stomach comes up and down, right? Like that we have to breathe. Now observe your breath from where you're taking it. From the chest or from the stomach. Many of us, many a times, it is from the chest. That means it is shallow breathing. That means we are thinking fast inside. So to slow down, we need to control which we can do physically first. Then automatically we can take control of the thing which is subtle inside. Shall we practice it now? Sit back, sit straight. Don't hold anything in your hands. Back should be straight. Close your eyes. Just observe your breath. Now inhale slowly, deeply. Observe your stomach expanding. If you want to be clear, you can put your hand on the stomach and check. Take a long, deep inhalation. Hold it. Exhale slowly. Observe your stomach contracting. Continue. Take a long, deep inhalation. Hold. Slowly exhale. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Continue the process. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Continue. Observe your stomach expanding and contracting. Slowly relax and open your eyes. How are you feeling now? Relaxed? Were the thoughts speed inside? No. That is why it is taught to control our breath in our culture.
Even I was not concentrating on anything except my breathing.
Breath, yes.
Focusing on that.
So as we slow down our breath, we think less, we become calm. If we increase our breath speed, automatically the thoughts also increase. When the thoughts increase, automatically the breath speed also increases. So both are very closely related. So when the mind is racing, we will have very fast, shallow breathing. And when we slowly breathe, it activates our parasympathetic system. And when there is relaxation, we slower our thoughts. So one of the best techniques to immediately calm down our thinking and thoughts is to slow down our breathing. Huh? Yeah. There are many techniques to do that. One of them is breathing.
Withhold for 1 minute, you will not have any thought at all.
Again, thinking is the feature of the mind. It keeps on thinking, it will not stop. Only thing we can do is we can either increase the number of thoughts per minute or decrease the number of thoughts per minute. That's all. We cannot stop the working of the mind. That means we cannot stop thinking. So going blank is not our aim. We just need to slow down our breath and thinking. That's all.
Only thought will be when to exam.
So, and it requires constant practice. It is not so easy. This seems easy, simple, but it needs lot of practice because we are accustomed to thinking fast and breathing fast. So, practice of mastery is instead of scrolling social media between tasks, we all do this, right? Every one of us do this. What should we do? We should have some screen-free breaks, relaxation, short walk, listening to calm music, stretching, anything. Why it is said that we should not have screens during relaxation? We actually think we are doing so much of work, and if we feel like relaxing, what we do? Immediately we take our mobile and look into it, right? We feel that it is relaxation. Is it really relaxing us? Okay. After watching Facebook, Instagram, Reels for 2 hours, you're exhausted or feeling energetic and relaxed. If it is relaxing you, you should become energetic, right? After the relaxation of 2 hours. Everybody agree that it is exhausting us after 2 hours of screen time. That means it is not relaxation. We are assuming that it is relaxation, but we are actually stimulating our mind. Relaxation means thinking slow, thinking less. Stimulation means thinking more, thinking different. So what are we doing while we are holding our screens? Whether it is TV, laptop or our mobile, any screen, it is actually stimulating us. It is not relaxing us. Make a note of it. Every screen is a stimulation. It is not relaxation. The more we watch the screens, the more we are exhausted, and it creates overthinking. Because so much of information is going inside. We are consuming lot of information, and much of that information is positive or negative. We continuously look into our phones, constantly consume so much of different types of information, and we ask, I want to be peaceful. How can peace come? How can we think slow if you're consuming so much of information?
Of late I have noticed that I'm not using Facebook at all, but like a day back I installed that just to see what's happening actually. So I installed and I was actually, there are so many feeds, right, that will keep on coming, all that, all negative. And throughout the night I couldn't sleep. I was like, what did I do? Literally, it is like, you're not
Yes.
able to concentrate at all.
Yes.
So it's like full of negative views or commenting. You don't know when you become a victim of Facebook.
Yes.
You start commenting and all that, and it goes on.
Yes. Suppose that your hand is your mind. Assume your hand is your mind. I hold a glass in my hand, and that is my brain. The skill inside my brain. Okay. Now, if you're giving me some milk and I'm constantly shaking my hand like this, that means I'm stimulating my mind constantly. I'm distracting constantly. What happens? Can you give me the milk? Can I use that milk? Can I drink that milk? No, right? So it is required that if we want to utilize our brain properly, it is essential that our mind should be stable. If our mind is stable, then we can utilize our brain. This hand is mine, right? This should be stable. Only then I can take the milk. I can use the skill inside my brain. Otherwise, it is of waste. Always stimulating, shaking, shaking, shaking. So we should be very careful. Non-screen activities are more preferable for relaxation, and we have many things to stimulate us, but only few things to relax us. So we should be very careful choosing the relaxation, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Medium, yes.
I have one question. So we tend to watch movies for relaxing.
हाँ हाँ.
Would that also be in the same category?
Yes, yes. Any screen is stimulation. For few minutes, yes, you might get relaxed because you have come out of the zone of some other thing. You entered a different zone. So for few minutes, you might feel relaxed. That's all. After few minutes, again, it is exhaustion activity. Books are good. They are not stimulation.
Depends on what kind of book you read. though.
Again.
Strain size, no?
Uh-huh.
Strain on the eye.
By looking into screen, you strain more. No. Book we do not strain much. Like we strain by looking into the screen. Newspaper again contains so many types of information. If you are reading a book, we are reading about some particular topic in it. So we'll think only about that. But newspaper, we have many things in it. And so much of the news is, we know. The next one. The second principle is the law of interpretation. Interpretation. If I ask you, what is bothering you? What do you say? Huh? Your year is ending, that is bothering you. Okay. What is bothering us?
We often worry about the future. What will happen? What if?
So future is bothering you. New Year is bothering you.
Why this fellow is behaving like this? Why me?
Why that person is behaving like this with me? That is bothering you. And we always say, my boss is bothering me. Yeah. My mother-in-law is bothering me. Yes. Many of us feel it. But actually, experience comes from the interpretation, not stimulation. Stimulus. Not a stimulus or situation, anything. Because, for example, your son broke a glass in your home. And your neighbor's son broke the same glass in your home. How do you take the two situations? What is your response?
You reprimand your son and give more softly with that.
The same glass, same situation, but one is your son, the other is the neighbor's son. Stimulus is same, but our response is different. That means our response is based on our interpretation. Anything, how we interpret determines our response. It is not majorly the stimulus. We always say, because he did that, I responded like this. Because that situation is like that, I responded in that way. We always say that because of the stimulus, my response is this. But actually, there is no straightforward connection between stimulus and response. There is interpretation in between. We are forgetting it. For example, a father and his 2 children are traveling in a metro on a Friday evening. Both the children are making so much of noise, and all the passengers in the metro were completely exhausted as it is the weekend. And in the evening, everybody is going home, and they're very much disgusted with these 2 children in the metro. They were very mischievous and doing all sort of things in metro. So some of them came to their father and asked him to control his kids. Then he said, their mother is in ICU. I'm going there, taking them to their mother. I did not tell that thing to those kids. Now suddenly, the whole environment, Mahol, got transformed in the train. Everybody were very loving with the kids. They were talking with them, they were playing with them. Everything transformed. They were making the same mischievous thing, same noise. But the interpretation changed the response. Right? So interpretation, if my interpretation changes, automatically my response changes. And that is one of the important insight provided in Brahma Kumaris. If I change my interpretation inside, I automatically change my response. So it is important that what we are telling to us inside. We react to the story we tell to ourselves inside, not to the event. Right? It is not the input or the stimulus which is affecting us. It is the algorithms we are running in our head which are dictating our response. If 2 and 2 is the input and my algorithm is addition, what is the result? 4. Yes? If 2 and 2 is the input and my algorithm is subtraction, the result is 0. Input is same. Interpretation, the algorithm which we ran inside is different. It is because of running outdated algorithms in our head, in our brain, we overthink. Yes, accepted. Outdated algorithms, they are of no use at all. I have a Santro, my neighbor has BMW. From past 2 years, this is the same thing. I have a Santro and that person has BMW. Every time I look at BMW, what is the story running inside me? Already 2 years happened, outdated algorithm. But even today, I'm comparing it. Because of that comparison, I'm creating hatred, jealousy inside, anger inside, overthinking inside. Yes. So we need to change that interpretation, algorithms. And that interpretation, who is interpreting it? Me. I am interpreting. That means I can change that interpretation. Right? I am the creator. I am the writer. I am the hero. It is in my hands. I am the master. Not the stimulus. The stimulus might be anything. But the story which I create for that stimulus will dictate my response. So the challenge here is getting lost in flawed negative interpretation. Practice of mastery, separate facts from the story. We might be thinking something else, the fact is something else, like we have seen that metro example. The fact is different, but we were thinking something different before we know that story, actual story. So separate facts from story, consciously choose a better story. Because I am the creator, consciously choose it. I can choose it. I am the master. I am creating it. Note down, underline, I am the master. I can change it. And the next example, we can see many such examples. If our manager sends us a mail, see me after lunch. What is our thinking? Instead of that, we can think like this also. Yes, there is a possibility of this also, right? We can choose the better option. For students even. You can take the slide deck if you require. Don't struggle to take photos in the middle. You can take the slide deck. So teach the children also the same thing. What story he is telling to himself when he got less marks. It is important. We need to teach them. And the third thing is the law of engagement. Engaging empowers thoughts. It makes them more capable. If we ignore those thoughts, they become powerless. For example, a guest came to your home. You're not acknowledging him. You're not talking to him. You did not greet him. You just opened the door. He came and sat in your home. You're doing your work. How much time can that guest stay in your home? He cannot stay, right? If your friend is ignoring you, not answering you, but answering somebody else, how do you feel? Will you go hug and thank for ignoring you? No, right? We will leave from that situation. The same thing happens with the thought. If we engage it, it becomes powerful. If we ignore it, it automatically leaves. If I'm ignoring it, how much time can that thought stay in my mind? Right? So we should learn ignoring negative things. The thoughts which do not empower us, we need not empower them. We need not engage them. For example, I came here to give this presentation to share some insights with you, and I have a doubt. If I fail to share my inputs, that is a negative thought. Even that thought comes in the mind, right? So I should understand I didn't go there. I didn't start my lecture yet. Before going there only, I assume my failure. How true it is? It's not right, right? So I can ignore that thought. Instead of that, I can focus more, spend more time, think more time about that, and prepare well. Right? So law of engagement, it is very powerful, it is very, very subtle, but a very, very important input inside. Engaging our thoughts empowers them. Ignoring those thoughts will make them powerless. So thoughts are like pop-up ads. If we click on those ads, they take over our screen. So if we close them, they get vanished. If we ignore such negative thoughts, they get vanished. So the challenge is clicking on every negative pop-up. If you are clicking on every negative thought which is coming in the mind, then it is called overthinking. So what we should do? Become a discerning gatekeeper of your attention. You decide, is that thought empowering me? Then you accept it, you engage with it. If it is not empowering us, you just ignore it. Did I say something awkward at the party? Is a wasteful thought, right? Acknowledge that's the party thought, then withdraw your attention from there. That already happened. Thinking much about it is of no use. So ignore it. Next, the law of belief. Here, what we do is, we are getting the thoughts. We are creating the thoughts, right? So as we are creating a thought, whether it is positive or negative, what we are doing is, we are believing it is the fact. Because I created it. whether it is negative or positive. So that is the law of belief. A thought is not a fact. It's just a thought. It might be true, it might not be true. So just because you think it doesn't make it true. Right? So the challenge is we grant authority to thoughts in our minds. Because I made that thought, I assume that it is true. But that might be false, right? But that false acceptance of mine, it makes that thought sticky. So that is the challenge. So practice of mastery, become a thought skeptic. Thought skeptic. Doubt the thoughts you are getting. Is it right? Wrong. Is it good for me? Or is it making me weak? Have control. Doubt on the thought you are getting. Be thought skeptic. And the circuit breaker is, the mantra is, this is just a thought, it is not true. This helps us move from a believer to observer. The next law is law of perspective. Clarity comes from distance. Can I have a volunteer here with a book? Anybody? Meanwhile, you ponder on this sentence, clarity comes from distance. You're writing some notes, right?
Yes.
Can you read that for us?
Like any sentence? Okay. The law of engagement. Engaging empowers thoughts. Ignoring makes them powerless. Ignore negative thoughts. Thoughts pop up.
You continue reading.
Is this thought empowering me? Yes or no? I cannot see.
You cannot see, right? Understood? Clarity comes from distance. Thank you. Your name?
Varshika.
Varshika, thank you. So what happened here? When we are at distance, we are having that clarity. When we are moving closer, what happened? The clarity was lost. We cannot read. That means when we get attached to something, we tend to overthink. There will be no clarity. If we detach from that, then we obtain clarity. Detachment again doesn't mean dissociation. Dissociation means if that book, I have moved her hand very far away. Can we able to read that which is very far? No, that is dissociation. Leaving the karma, leaving anything, that is called dissociation. But detachment is, it is here at a proper distance. I am still holding it. It is in my hands only, but I am not attached to it. When I am attached to it, then I tend to overthink. If I am detached from anything, then we can think normally. You understood this? Any doubt regarding this? Assume there is a dance floor in a club. A couple went to the club dancing in the weekend. As it is a weekend, there was lot of rush inside. So many people were coming. And because of that rush, people were falling on each other, stepping each other. We feel irritated, right, after some time. So those couple, what they decided is, we'll go to the balcony. Here it is very crowded. So what they thought was, these people are unnecessarily coming on us, they are stepping on us, they are doing wrong. Why these people are behaving like this? Every one of us will think the same, right? We do not think in a different way. But when they went on the balcony, what they observed was, those who are at the security, they were pushing people inside because some VIP was coming. As they were pushing, these people were falling on each other and stepping each other. This was the story understood when went to the balcony, not when on the dance floor. So to become a detached observer, first we should stop dancing. And that stopping the dance is called meditation. That is called relaxation. So if we move to the balcony, we'll know the actual picture, what is happening. If we are on the dance floor, we will be emotionally entangled in that. For example, the death of a person who is very close to us and the death of a person whom we don't know. Same situation. But as we are attached to this person, it is a different event for us altogether. As we don't know that person, we are completely nothing happens inside us when someone we don't know dies. Right? So it is important that we stop dancing, go to the balcony, and then observe the things. When you are stuck in a situation, don't keep dancing there. Stop dancing. Relax yourself. Go to the balcony. Sit there for a few minutes. Then you will be able to take decisions wisely. Your decision making capability increases when you are detached. And when we are in the balcony, what happens? We become aware of the facts which are there in the story. We become aware of the story which we are telling to ourselves inside. Right? So come to the balcony. Stop dancing. We always feel this in the office. My group members are not doing. Only I am doing. But the balcony view might be different. One person might be stuck in some other things. Some others might be afraid of doing something which you wanted them to do. Something. When we go to the balcony, we can understand these facts. So practice of mastery, when in chaos or when you are to take something important decision, just stop dancing, leave the dance floor, go to the balcony, sit there, relax, and then decide. And next principle is the law of expectations. Overthinking is fueled by the gap between the reality and the expectation. What is disappointment? Disappointment is the gap between the reality, actual reality, and the expected reality. So, disappointment is directly proportional to expectation square. For some people, it is cube. For some people, it is 4 times also. I planted a seed. Every day, I am looking at it when it is going to come out. Every day. And after few days, it is not coming. As it is not coming out, I slowly start digging it. I actually did this today evening in my home. I have planted some sapling. It was almost 2-3 months, but nothing came out, and the sapling's color also started changing. So I thought it is of no use. It had already been 3 months, and the color of this leaf is also changing. It is getting dried. Why shouldn't I remove it and replace some other plant in that? Today evening at around 4:30 I did this. I removed that sapling, but small bud was coming from it inside. Again I replanted it, but actually I am expecting the result so fast. I actually don't know the time it takes when it becomes as a small plant or a sapling. So my expectation is different from the actual reality. So disappointment is always directly proportional to expectation square. So we should reduce that gap between the reality and the expectation. My expectation is my son stays with me after marriage, takes care of me well. That might not be the reality, right? So we should move closer to the reality. Then the emotional pain is less and we do not overthink. Expectation is my version of reality. Rigid expectations, greater emotional pain, and disappointment triggers overthinking. So do not expect much. That is why in Gita it is said, Karmanye vadika raste. That means you do your work, you do your karma, but don't expect the result to be like this. So anchor expectations in reality, not desires. I invested some amount in stocks today. I should not expect immediate returns. It takes time, it needs patience, and we should be prepared for everything. We should not expect high. And the next thing is law of control. Overthinking is born from trying to control the uncontrollable. You have booked a flight, you're going to the airport, lot of traffic on the road. You didn't expect that much of traffic. What happens in the mind? We keep on thinking. After some time, you understand that even if you go without traffic also now, we will not be able to reach the flight. Then what is our decision at that time? Okay, I'll go tomorrow. What can be done? That's what, right? If this decision, if we have taken it before only, all this overthinking we might have escaped from it, no? So we should not control the uncontrollable things. I am sharing my input here, and some of you or all of you are looking into your screens. Can I control it? It is uncontrollable. So overthinking burns from trying to control the uncontrollable. As we discussed, focus on outcomes you can't control is result consciousness. Focusing on actions, what we can control is task consciousness. So I need this promotion. What if I don't get it? My growth, salary, future depend on it. This is called result consciousness. I can't control the appraisal outcome, but I can control the quality of my work. Right? This is task consciousness. Focus on actions with the goal in mind without feeling anxious about outcomes. Don't feel anxious. You do your best, the best automatically comes out. And the law of repetition. The more we repeat things, the more they get fixed inside the mind. Sometimes our mind gets stuck on a negative thought. Like the repeat button is permanently pressed. Negative thought is coming. What can be done at that time? We can transform that negative thought into a positive thought. We can govern our mind with the help of mantra. Mantra means Mananath Trayate iti mantram. Mananath means repetition. Trayate means protection. That which protects us when we repeat that is called mantra. When we repeat something and due to that repetition it is protecting us, that is called mantra. We have lot of mantras, many mantras, but we don't know the importance of mantra. What is mantra only we don't know. Actually, it is governing our mind. It is protecting our mind. I am capable is also a mantra. I am happy is also a mantra. I am confident is also a mantra. When you're feeling very nervous to give a presentation, feeling that you are not capable, you are not confident, at that point of time, telling yourself repeatedly, I am capable, I am capable, I am confident, works like a mantra. That is also a mantra. If you believe in something, some religion or some tradition, you can adapt those mantras, Gayatri mantra, something like that. The utterance of which can govern our mind. That is called mantra. So when we got stuck in something, thinking something negative continuously, then we can take the help of any mantra. Any mantra it is. Just one line. When you're angry, saying to yourself repeatedly, I'm peaceful, I'm peaceful, I'm peaceful, is also a mantra. So how it works? Conscious repetition creates a new mental groove, interrupts negative loops. As I said, presentation anxiety. I'm going to forget everything, I'm going to fail. Instead of that, I'm calm and confident, I'm well prepared for this, I can give my best. This is the positive mantra at that time. So the law of creation. This is also a very important thing. Creation, we are creating it. See, our mind is like a garden. If it is in our hands to plant flowers or weeds. Weeds are negative, waste thoughts. Flowers are positive, empowering thoughts. So these weeds and grass, negative things, they come automatically. Automatically, even we do not give any sunlight and water also, they come. But for maintaining a garden, for the flowers to bloom, it needs effort. It needs maintenance. Those who do gardening here, they might be knowing what the gardening job is, how much maintenance is required, how much effort is required. So our mind is not a dustbin, right? To throw all the weeds, to throw all the junk. It is a garden filled with flowers. We should make it like that. We are the creators. Weeds will grow on their own, but for the flowers to bloom, we need to take care. So how can we do that? One thing is talking to us positively, positive self-talk. Self-talk is nothing but the story we tell to ourselves. Now, every one of you here are listening to the same inputs which I'm sharing. But what you understood from these inputs depend on the story what you tell about the point I'm sharing. That is your self-talk. If your self-talk is positive, flowers bloom. If it is negative, it becomes a dustbin. Weeds grow. Okay, so every thought is an act of creation. So we should be aware that we are the creators and consciously plant the flowers in the garden. So deliberately weed out negative patterns, plant seeds of positive, empowering thoughts, create inner landscape of emotional fitness. This is also important. If you are continuously consuming negative food, emotionally junk food, what happens? Overthinking increases. So is it good to watch 2 hours reels on Instagram per day? Continuously binge watching Facebook, YouTube videos? No, right? That is, we are emotionally consuming junk food. That should be avoided. And to avoid overthinking, one of the techniques is this 5D model. First, D stands for detect. You detect what your thought is, what type of thoughts you are getting and what your thought is. Then disrupt it. If it is negative or waste, disrupt it. Then detach yourself from that. Next, dispute. Why is it like that? Why will I fail? Why will I not be able to present my presentation? Why will I not be able to go? Why will I not be able to help someone? Dispute. That is not the fact, right? I'm just assuming it. And then design it in a positive way. Knowledge versus mastery, understanding principles is not enough. What should be done? You understood all the principles, but what should be done next? Only when we bring those principles into action, they are beneficial to us. Just listening and going will not help us in any way. So my part is done. Right? The path of practice easier. More practice, the more we practice, easier to tame overthinking. More practice, more easier. Less practice, less easier. It will become difficult. Starting anything is not easy. Even to sit in Padmasana is not easy. Even to walk, stand up on our legs was not easy. By practice, we did everything. So, creating our thoughts which empower us, do not become a victim of overthinking, is in our hands. It needs practice. And brain has one wonderful feature called neuroplasticity. Anybody know about this? Neuroplasticity. So brain is made up of neurons, that we all know, right? So when we learn something, one neuron connects with the other neuron and forms a neural path. When we repeat that action, that neural path becomes stronger and stronger. Okay, when we repeat it continuously, that neural path becomes stronger and stronger. Suppose we are thinking negative. So thinking negatively, that path had become stronger. It became strong, it doesn't mean that we always think negative. We can change it. That is called neuroplasticity. We can change that path, we can mold that path. Brain is having that capability. The more we practice keeping attention on ourselves, the more we practice slow breathing, the more we practice meditation, everything helps us to reduce our overthinking. Yes. Recognition and recovery becomes faster. When new paths are created, then recognition and recovery becomes faster. So what to expect? Even after long practice, negative thoughts still come. They still come. Even after lot of practice, we lose gold medal in Olympics. Right? So this is perfectly normal. But the difference is, by practicing, we recognize them and recover much faster than before. And the 9 principles, what we discussed at a glance. And there are many other thinking tools. When you are overthinking, you can sit and write down. When we are writing down, thoughts slow down. So if we write also, we can slow down our thinking. And there are many other tools. So overthinking is not a character flaw. It's simply running an autopilot without knowing the rules. Now that we know the rules, what is happening with the mind, now we can change that. We have that capability. So overthinking is a feature. It is not a bug. So the need for constant practice is not weakness. It's a feature of how the mind works. Okay. So, and neuroplasticity needs repetition. How many days of repetition? Don't say 90 days, 21 days, 3 months. With those 90 days, that neural paths become stronger, but doesn't mean that after 90 days, if we leave that, we keep on doing that. Again, neuroplasticity comes into picture. So, it is a lifelong compassionate application. So in this new year, taking a resolution on January 1st, doing it for 21 days or 90 days, again coming back to normal. That should not be the case. This is the last weekend in this old year, right? So new year should not bother you. Yes, the other persons should not bother us. Tomorrow should not bother us. The interpretation, the story we tell about the new year, the other person tomorrow decides our thinking patterns, staying calm, peaceful, and happy. So this defines the path of mastery, daily practice of 9 principles, compassionate self-awareness. We should be compassionate to ourselves. Don't force yourself, don't scold yourself, don't be rude to yourself. You're not doing it. I'm trying it, but I'm not able to do it. Don't become disheartened. Be compassionate, be lovable. Continuous growth and refinement is also required. From victim to master, ignorance of principles is becoming a victim. Harnessing those principles, understanding and application of those principles makes us the master of our inner world. So master of your inner weather, you cannot control external storms, but the stimulus we cannot control. We cannot control the things which are happening outside, but we can master our inner climate, anything it is. That is the true power of these principles. So taming the inner storm, the storm doesn't disappear, it transforms into calm, flowing energy. Hope these insights helped you today. Thank you. Start with one principle, practice it consistently. Consistency is important. Consistency is important. Consistency is important. Gradually integrate all 9. Start with one, integrate all 9, and trust the process. You are the master. The power is already yours. You need not acquire anything new. You just need to remember what you have. We are capable. We are the masters. So the principles await your practice in the new year. So everybody live very peacefully, happily in the new year. Before going out, we'll sit back, reflect on today's session. Sit back, keep everything aside. Close your eyes. Back straight. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale slowly, deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale, observe your stomach expanding. Exhale, observe your stomach contracting. One last time, inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Now just recall the principles we have discussed. Pick any 3 principles you want to follow. Write them in the order in which you want to follow them. First, second, and third. Write them in your mind. Pick the first principle and tell yourself, I am practicing this from now. See yourself practicing it. Tell yourself, I am the master. I am the creator. My thinking is in my hands. I think only which is empowering me. I have all the tips and techniques to tame my mind. am the master. Believe that I am the master. Tell yourself from the heart, I am the master. I am the creator. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Sister, can I have a copy of this?
I was saying from back, you guys were actually enjoying the session. And thank you so much, sister. I would at least say that I didn't have to use my brain to understand the things. Rather, it was so simple, easy, and it was able to go into the brain without even making any effort. So once again, let's give a good round of applause to Sister Varsha. I hope to see you again, sister, for the next time.